für die European Tour qualifizieren können. Natürlich drücken wir auch ihm die Daumen. Carsten Koch! Carsten Koch muss ran gegen die aktuelle Nummer 140 der Welt. 30 Jahre ist er alt. Er kommt aus den Niederlanden und hat sich jetzt immer wieder seit 2018 für die European Tour qualifizieren können. Herzlich willkommen, Mike Kuivenhoven.
Five games to come for you this evening. We've got some big names clashing. Robert Thornton takes on Kim Huybrechts. Michael Smith against Steve Lennon. Max Hopp, the German #1, against Willie O'Connor. And the veteran Wayne Jones takes on Jeffrey Desvan, who appears to be making late night action his regular thing on the European Tour this month. Played the last game of the evening session a couple of times already since we returned to Euro Tour action. It is fair to say that even though the draw has thrown up some big names in the world of darts pitted against each other, this one is not one you could describe like that. Mike Kuivenhoven playing his first year on the PDC Tour, and he has found it hard. This is his first appearance on the Euro Tour this year. Did appear last year and did win a game, in fact. Takes on Carsten Koch, who basically disappeared for about 7 years. He was a German national champion a decade ago, but has only just started coming back and playing darts. And this is a Euro Tour debut, I believe, for Carsten. Sorry, tell a lie, he appeared at the German Darts Open earlier this year, but he didn't win a game.
Mike to throw first. Game on.
So it is the Dutchman versus the German. You would think that the crowd will get behind their man. Can it prove to be the difference?
Interesting start there for Mike.
20.
Basically perfectly thrown. One of them just decided not to stay in the board.
Just to throw into relief how hard Mike found in his first year on the full tour, and it should be noted that coming through Q School is an achievement in itself.
99.
Despite winning his opening games in the first 2 events of the year, and he has made 2 other board finals, it is only 5
100.
times this year that he's got into the money stages of anything. This is a 6th, and by virtue of him just qualifying for this, it is his biggest payday of the year.
98.
Equals it at any rate. Did pick up $2 grand when he appeared at the German Darts Open last year, because he won his opening match, but was then beaten by Jelle Klaassen. His opening match was Tobias Muller, one of the host nation qualifiers, so a similar job that he's got in front of him here.
100.
Started well.
161.
Throws a very forceful dart, that's for sure. Carsten gets himself on a finish after 9, which is very solid.
45.
Not switching to the ball on dart 3 there. Interesting ploy. I'm not talking about Michael ploy.
Bullseye for Kuivenhoven.
45. Carsten 116.
19s or 20s can be used here. Needs the treble now. Doesn't get there.
42.
Kuivenhoven now.
Require 39.
It's all about cleaning up quickly. Good thing about that shot is if he slips in the 19, he gets another shot at the double.
Yeah, it's like going for the 16s or 8s, isn't it, for a 48?
Absolutely. They're the kind of shots you want to go for when you're feeling a little jittery. To
45.
The whole 10 or a 6 situation.
Well, the bonus
17 or a 3.
If you get if you do get in the 7, you're right next door for that double 16.
84.
A lot of players go for it. Although even if you hit the 19, you've pretty much got the weight of dart right. Same height in the board. 10. Kuivenhoven does get the first leg.
There's quite a bit of movement in action of Kuivenhoven. There's a pronounced prod forward. And
58.
Then a movement backwards, and the dart skews to his right as well when he brings it back. And you look at the likes of MVG, for instance. I know it's a perfect
59.
example, but it's minimal movement. It's straight back and forward. I feel the more you minimise the movement, the better you can play, and the more consistency you will have.
Yeah, well, this excellent series that the PDC do on social media with Rod Harrington called My Throw, where they'll get some of the top players and Rod Harrington will analyse their throws and just show you some of the things that they're doing to try and get that repetitive action, to get that reliable set of movements when they're throwing the darts. And one of the things that Rod is big on is in your throwing arm, if you try and keep that elbow level, 52. So it's not moving up and down. Now, you can see with Mike, that elbow is going back and forth like a fiddler's elbow. And it's
78.
Same problem with Carsten.
Yeah,
he's an elbow dropper. Technical term, that, apparently. Just made it up. But you're absolutely right. It's all about that elbow. You can maintain height there. The rest of it really should take care of itself.
And that's why everybody points at Steve Beaton being such a great example of a silky smooth throw.
140.
Apart from the forearm. That's it.
Tops for a 2-0 lead.
32.
Outside on 10s and gives the home nation qualifier perfect chance to get himself level and on terms. And that's a great second dart.
60.
Had lots of room.
I required 20.
Didn't give it enough.
Fans already singing Max Hopp's name in anticipation of the German #1 appearing later on tonight.
10. Carsten, you require 20.
Yeah, good luck, Willie O'Connor. I think he's going to have to play a very stoic game tonight.
He's on the second leg.
McGregor involved in leg 2 here as Carsten Koch takes it.
Third Mike to throw first. Game on.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows, is it, for everybody when they get through Q School? It's hard work.
Absolutely. It's not a...
96.
PDC darts has undoubtedly, it's obviously grown. There's an enormous amount of money on the tour, millions and millions of pounds to play for each year. And if you're up at the top and it's working well, then yes, you become a very rich man, richer than anybody's ever been from this sport. But it is professional sport.
45.
And somewhere, and they've made steps to introduce more money at the lower end, more money qualifying for tournaments, more money. You know, they've got rid of entry fees on the full tour.
41.
But there is going to become some point on that tour where it's not working out financially for people, because getting on the tour does not mean an automatic golden ticket to wealth and fame and fortune. Some people are
60.
not going to make it work. That's the nature of sport. You go to any sport, there'll be people at some level who will not be able to make it work. Now, back in the day, even as little as 20 years ago,
95.
if you weren't in the top 16, you probably had to work.
Maybe even higher than that, maybe top 8.
Yeah. Now, nowadays, you're looking at anyone outside the top 64, you're probably going to have to worry.
140.
But there are plenty of people who are setting off on that journey and will take the gamble, and they've got sponsors that can say, well, go and give it a go for 2 years and see how far you get. I mean, Jamie Hughes, he's still working.
78.
He's not working full time.
I go require 160.
He may give it up. Johnny Clayton's just given his job up. But until you know, until you've proven to yourself and to everybody else that you can make this work, then yeah, it is a tricky balancing act. This isn't golf, where you earn millions just by being 110 in the world or whatever.
60. I require 45.
Single 5 for tops. Doubles have got to go a little bit more, a little bit quicker. Filling around with them a little bit in this match. Still possible. I think that might have been in if it wasn't for that flight.
90.
But
I require 40.
Wasn't enough room ultimately. Kuivenhoven comes back, which he gets and takes the lead again.
Full flip Carson to throw first.
Initials like MK, surely you'd like Milton Keynes.
Well, won't get to play there this year.
Carson
Koch has started to play here though. First 180 of this contest.
One thing we know about Kuivenhoven is that he has some fighting qualities.
60.
Because when you think about the year he's had, and then you look at the stats in qualifying, he's taken out some proper players. You're talking this afternoon, Dan, about how well Marco Cantala was playing over the last couple of months. Only beat him in qualifying 6-4. He beat Darius Labanauskas, who has been in a Pro Tour final this year, and Danny Noppert, who needs no introduction. That's to get here. That's fabulous playing.
Well, that's 2 of the top 3 in the Nordic and Baltic rankings, which we know is a strong set of players, as well as a guy who's a major champion in the BDO and a PDC title winner.
And then when you look on the other side of the coin, for the German,
140.
His first game yesterday was against Manfred Bildel. And we all know that Manfred can play darts. You think he's probably got rid of the most dangerous guy in his half. And then he runs into René Idams. Takes him out as well. And then after that he takes out Jonathan Chouette, then Stefan Nielis, and then Christian Jenschke. 3 guys that I have not seen before.
90.
So he's done all the hard work at the very start of qualifying.
And that's, I mean, you'll know, as Carsten misses the treble 19, it would have given him a dart at double 12.
94. I require 111.
That miss, because he should get 2 darts at a double when he returns, if he's allowed to return, because the Dutchman wants tops.
71.
And misses it. Yeah, I'll come back to that point in a moment, because I'm quite interested about that.
Double 10. Gets there. Equalises once more. And the German player who almost resembles the leaning Wes Newton.
You know what, I did think that earlier on.
Gets himself level again.
Now, the point you make about taking out the big players early, this is obviously, it's a big thing for Carsten to qualify for a European Tour event. But when you've just taken out, you know, one very experienced player and then one of the favourites to come through those qualifiers, to then go on and win 3 more games after that,
121.
when everybody's looking at you, and yes, you might be thinking, oh, I'm playing well, it'd be great, I've got rid of those, but it's quite difficult, isn't it, to then, you know, you've had your big games, to then not throw it away. The number of times we've seen people beat Michael van Gerwen or Phil Taylor in a major tournament and then go out in the next round because it's after the Lord Mayor's shot.
171.
Carsten Koch.
Well, he started on the 19s in this leg, and he's playing somewhat old school darts. Very, very well.
Royth about it.
83.
I think that's a compliment to Bernd Royth. Saying that he's the new Bernd Royth. But you're absolutely right. There is pressure when you take out the big guns on your board.
39.
Well, he must have been so confident after beating Manfred Bildel and then taking out Idams as well, that the closest anybody got to him after that was
96.
when he won 6-4. So he's obviously in control in all 3 of those other matches.
Well, what a leg of darts this is from Carsten Koch. because that's a
He's on
12
fifth
dart leg,
Carson
and
Koch.
he's gone into the lead here. And the German crowd, well, they saw their man Florian Hempel go 2-0 up on Simon Stevenson in the opening game of the night, and then was beaten 6-3. Here, Carsten Koch appears to be getting stronger, whereas Hempel faded a bit. And the 19s, well, it's turned into a masterstroke.
95.
It just goes to show people that there's more than one way to skin a cat, or if you're a vegan, more than one way to skin a vegan, or some sort of tofu. Lentil.
There we go.
That's what I was looking for.
there.
Oh, that would be painstaking, wouldn't it? Skinning lentils.
It sounds like some sort of a phrase, but I've got no idea what it is.
82.
If you've got any answers on a postcard, please send them to our Twitter account, because I can't remember the last time I saw a player hit 12 dart leg on the European Tour starting on 19s. That's impressive. That's someone who knows his apples.
41.
Yeah, the action of Carsten Koch, it reminds me of Wes Newton because of the lean. But then the action itself with the crunch of the hand, it reminds me of Chris Mason. Think about the way that Chris used to bring the dart back and concentrate it under the right side of his jaw.
Well, Mace had a bit of a lean as well, didn't he?
He did.
It is quite Mason-esque.
He presents the dart forward and then brings it back. It's very Mason-like, and I think that's a compliment, because I think a lot of people forget how good Chris was.
Oh, wow. Not everybody who's spoken, Chris. Hello, who's telling him?
58. Carson, you require 84.
But he suddenly found another gear here, Carsten Koch. And he's going to leave himself 3 darts at a double.
52.
He's taken control of this match away from Kuivenhoven, and it's ever since he started in the 19s.
Oh, hello. Hello.
140.
A little tap on the shoulder from the Dutchman,
32.
reminding Koch that this leg isn't his just yet. But it is now 4-2, and points it is supported. And this is the most involved the crowd have been. I think they might have feared when Kuivenhoven started relatively strongly that their man might be beaten, but at the moment he's looking very good for a second round match with Ricky Evans.
100.
Whoever Ricky Evans plays, it's going to be fast and furious, because these guys don't hang around. Sensibly,
96.
you see Carsten moving back up top when he blocks that 19. He's not doing it by accident. I think this is part of his game plan.
Oh, it's kind of worked for him. I mean, when he's going down to the 19s, he's
34.
pinning a couple. There's Dirk van Dijvenbode, who came through a baffling game earlier on with Christoph Kachuk this afternoon. Cruising at 5-2, survived 4 match darts and won it in the last leg decider.
Oh, fabulous way to describe that game. It was baffling. And even when he's not playing darts, he's bobbing around. He's like a bobblehead.
59.
That would be a good thing to own.
Dirk
Dirk van Dijvenbode, a bobblehead. Try and say that when you've had a couple of medicines.
It's a good strong leg from Mike Kuivenhoven. Looking to hit back. He's lost the last 3 on the spin. Another in there. The double 4.
124.
And the right thing to do as well. Earlier on this evening, we saw someone go for the 18s when they were on 128 and their opponent was way back. The right thing to do is stay on the 20s there and set up the shot.
25.
If you get the shot at double 4, it's a bonus.
4.
But now he's just got to take care of business.
These can get messy. That's awkward.
There's
Well, there's enough of the bet to hit. I didn't think he'd be going for that bit, but he found it.
What I love about that shot, and the camera angle especially, is that it showed that the dart was in the way, and he threw it so hard on dart 2, it just said, right, get out of the way. This is my leg, thank you very much.
74.
But there we go, more use of the board from Carsten. Useful is what I'd call this guy right now.
Oh, hello.
140.
And then Carsten. Did he back it up? He's not going to continue his run of perfect darts.
58.
I've genuinely got no idea whether he's going down or up the board at any given moment. I've got no idea why he moved up to the board. I mean, he's left 269 there. If he's staying in the 19s, and hit a single. That's 270. So you're looking at a straight ton to leave a finish. And here, he's just got to be a bit clever about where he does go.
Yeah, he might think 1 or 2. Or just stay up there and go to 90s now, or maybe just get a 180 instead.
121.
Whatever we think he's going to do, he doesn't do it.
I mean, he shouldn't have been looking at the 20s last start, should he?
Probably not.
Because that would have, a treble 20 would have left him, what? 89.
140.
When,
Arsenal
yeah,
148.
But a single 20. Oh, hello.
100.
Left 129, whereas 90s leave 130. That's much easier to do. It's all well and good going all around the board, but you've got to just be thinking about what it leaves you and the best way of doing it. Kuivenhoven should leave himself tops.
100.
This is the biggest visit of this
48.
match, unquestionably. Double 16. That is a fabulous finish. A clean as a whistle, 2-darter from Carsten Koch. And this has been a brilliant performance. It may not be a sky-high average. It's actually very similar to the last game of Keegan Brown, but it's just as impressive.
Yeah, and there have just been moments in it, haven't there? There's been a bit of faffing around. There's been some poor legs from Carsten Koch. I mean, the 7th leg, he was absolutely nowhere near Mike. He lost it by 200-odd points. That's going to drag your average down. But there have been some excellent winning legs. That was a 14-darter, the 12-darter earlier on. And Carsten Koch is getting it right. He's getting it right for 3 or 4 visits in a row. And if he can get 3 or 4 good visits in a row again, he wins this match. But Kuivenhoven is digging deep. That's his second maximum.
Well, this game has been played at a lovely pace. Very watchable.
42.
Sometimes when you get unknown quantities like these guys, as commentators, you're thinking, what are we going to get here? But it's been very entertaining. And with the crowd 57. On the side of the German, it just adds spice to the mixture. And like you said, Dan, he is digging deep. And 124 after 9, that's some good shooting.
95, Mike 124.
It could be another massacre of a leg for Mike Kuivenhoven, but it doesn't matter how much you win them by. You win it by 200, 300 points.
100.
Because that's a risky game he just played there.
It was a little, wasn't it? But Koch knows he'll throw for the match in the next
96.
leg if he doesn't get the job done here.
24.
Well, you left it, Mike. And you have missed it.
Carson, you require
this will be somewhere to sign off.
Yes. Yes.
Game. Shot.
What has just happened? Carsten Koch has pinned the 170. Incredible stuff in Mannheim. And the man who was German champion 10 years ago, playing on the European Tour for the first time in his career, has pinned the big fish for a 6-3 win to set up a clash with rapid Ricky Evans. What a finish, what a game, what a display, and what a night in Mannheim.
Für Mike Kuivenhoven. Mit einem 170er Checkout beendet diese Erstrundenpartie. Sein allererster Sieg auf der European Tour. Carsten, du hast 1000 neue Freunde. Schöner Abschluss, schönes Finish.
Ja, habe ich aber hart für gekämpft.
Wie hat es sich angefühlt? Ich meine, so oft hast du ja auf so großen Bühnen auch noch nicht gespielt, ne?
Ja, doch, eigentlich schon, aber die waren nur nicht so viel besucht wie heute.
Ja. Und insgesamt, wie ist dein Fazit?
Habe super Unterstützung von überall gekriegt seit gestern, letzten Wochen, Monaten und ja, deswegen stehe ich heute hier.
Ja. Und ich kann mir vorstellen, da fällt auch so eine Last irgendwie, so jetzt den ersten Sieg auch mal eingetütet zu haben. Ricky Evans ist morgen dann an der Reihe. Wir wissen, einer der schnellsten, vielleicht der schnellste auf dem Circuit. Hast du schon einen Gedanken in die Richtung?
Ich spiele langsamer.
Da. Die mögen dich. Carsten Koch. Also, der dritte Deutsche in der zweiten Runde. Und einen haben wir ja auch noch mit dem Maximizer. Jetzt aber erst einmal die Partie von Robert Thornton gegen Kim Heibrechts.